hands-on with the Nomad cases for the iPhone 10. Let's check it out. How's it going, folks? This is Jeff Benjamin with 9to5Mac. I have in my hands the first of quite a few different Nomad cases we're going to look at today. This first one is the simplest case that we're going to look at today. It is the rugged case, of course. It has that leather exterior with the bumper that goes all the way around and that sort of microfiber material inside. But like all Nomad cases, the big draw is the Horoween leather. One thing that I will mention though is that the click response isn't very good on any of the buttons. So the volume buttons, the side button, the click response just isn't great. So something to keep in mind, but it is easy to remove. It has all your cutouts and everything. It's a simple case, but it does the job. The next case is the card case from Nomad, and it's basically like the rugged case except for one key difference. And of course, you see that right off the bat. You have a couple of slots on the back of the case to house up to 4 different credit cards or debit cards, whatever the case may be. You can do that, but everything else is pretty much the same as the rugged case. It is a little bit thicker, obviously, to accommodate those card slots. And after trying it, I have to say that I don't recommend putting 4 cards in at the same time. 2 cards max, because it gets really tight. Even with 3 cards like I have here, it's comfortable to hold, no problem holding it, but inserting and removing the cards, at least until the leather is broken in, is a little bit difficult. So it may just need time to break in the leather. You can see it's already starting to do so, but at least initially it becomes really difficult to add and remove cards when using multiple cards in the same slot. And you can see how difficult it is. Again, it will probably help once the case is broken in. Now switching over to the leather Folio, this is one I really was anticipating trying out because I've been using Apple's own iPhone 10 leather Folio and I love it. So I was anticipating trying this out from Nomad. It is the leather Folio. It can accommodate what they say up to 6 cards at once. And you can see all that leather, that Horoween leather from Chicago. Really great leather. Breaks in beautifully. And just a reminder, if you're using a Nomad case, that's the reason you want to use it, because of that leather. That's just great. Now the leather Folio is interesting because it has cutouts for all the ports and buttons, so you actually are able to interact with the buttons on the phone itself, which is really nice. Now I wanted to see how the Folio cover closed and how it compared with the iPhone 10 leather Folio, which as you can see closes very easily. So I wanted to be reasonable, so I only put 3 cards in the leather Folio, but the bottom line is that you're going to have to give this thing time to break in. It's just going to need time to break in that leather because it's a little bit on the stiff side, so just keep that in mind. Now the clear Folio is obviously going to share some similarities with the leather Folio, but there are some definite differences here. Obviously you have the clear plastic back, which is kind of nice. It gives it a modern look. So you have the leather on front and then that clear plastic on the back. Now keep in mind that plastic has a tendency to kind of get scarred up and scratched up, so just keep that in mind. It's going to gain some character, if you will, over time, but I like it. I love the frosted edges. I like the fact that those buttons are super easy to click. Great click response. You can even click through the leather itself, just like that. I have to say, I'm a fan of the clear Folio. It seems slightly less bulky, and it has a more modern look to it. You can see not as much bulk, but it's obviously still going to take some time to break in that leather. All right, and the last case on the docket today is our clear case, and it shares some similarities with the leather Folio in that it combines that contemporary and traditional look of the plastic and the leather in one single case. And you know what? I think I like it. I think this is probably my favorite of all the Nomad cases. It's super lightweight. It has that very modern looking design. I love those frosted edges. Looks really cool. Now keep in mind that it does use that plastic, so that plastic has a tendency to scar up a little bit, but that just comes with the territory. Great click response as well. So ladies and gentlemen, that has been a look at several Nomad cases for the iPhone 10. Which one is your favorite? Let me know down below in the comments section. And you know what? I'm going to give all these cases away to one winner. Just subscribe, leave me a comment down below with your Twitter handle and the reason why I should pick you. This is Jeff with 9to5Mac.